Hello, and thank you for tuning into my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Derek, and welcome. Today I'm going to be going over the gold card from American Express and giving you guys my review of the card as someone who's been holding it for a little over a year now. We will discuss what the card is, what benefits it provides, how much value I've gotten from the card in my first year, and lastly, I'll dive into my honest thoughts of the card and if it is something I will be keeping around in my wallet or not. Let's get started. So, the gold card is a $250 annual fee card issued by American Express. The card is mainly focused around two main spending categories, which is dining and groceries. For both dining and groceries, the card will earn 4x back, which is pretty much the highest multipliers on both of these categories for a single credit card to have that is available on the market. There are some cards that will individually get you higher multipliers for each of these categories. Take the AMEX Blue Cash Preferred, for example, which gives 6x back on groceries up to $6,000 a year, but no multipliers for dining. So while this card can be great, there isn't really a card that packs the 1-2 punch on dining and grocery like the AMEX Gold does. The other multipliers you can expect with the American Express Gold include 3x back on flights when booked directly with airlines or through the AMEX Travel Portal, and 1x back on all other purchases. So you still get some good value on this card outside of dining and groceries if you are someone who flies or likes to travel. Alright, so while these multipliers are great for dining, grocery, and even flights, you're probably wondering what really justifies this card's $250 annual fee. Well, for starters, when you sign up for the card, you can expect a one-time welcome offer ranging from 60,000 to 90,000 Amex points depending on the offer you're targeted for, or in some cases are able to find. This will come with a bit of a catch though, since to actually receive these points, you will be required to meet a spending threshold. The most common one I've seen of late on their site has been around $6,000 of spend within the first 6 months to be eligible for this welcome bonus. And that's all going to be expenditure on the gold card that you need to do. So make sure before actually applying for this card that you schedule around some larger expenses going on in your life, as you don't really want to miss out on this bonus reward because it's worth honestly a lot. Personally, I value Amex points at about 2 cents per point, giving this welcome offer a redemption value of about $1,200 for 60,000 points or $1,800 for 90,000 points, depending on the offer you are able to get. If you'd like to learn more about cent per point, feel free to check out my previous video on the Built MasterCard where I break down what cent per point is and how to calculate it. I also plan on going over in my next video how to find those 90,000 point offers, even if you aren't initially targeted for them or seeing them when you go to apply for the AMEX Gold. So stay tuned for that video, especially if you are looking to apply for this card. Regardless of the bonus that you are able to snag though, getting this welcome offer is huge and is going to make this $250 annual fee card well worth it at least in your first year. With this said, there are some great benefits that come with this card annually that will help you reduce that hefty $250 annual fee without having to rely on the welcome bonus. With the Amex Gold, you will receive a monthly Uber Cash credit of $10 for a total of $120 annually, as well as a $10 dining statement credit for another $120 in credits annually. If you are someone who's able to use these credits pretty easily, that will take your $250 annual fee down to what we call an effective annual fee of $10 to hold onto the card in your wallet. Again, be mindful that this is not even considering the benefit of this one-time welcome bonus. A $10 effective annual fee is not bad at all, given how great the ability of this card is to earn points across dining, groceries, and flights. So while this is great, how easy are these credits really to redeem? I'll start with the Uber credit. This one, in my opinion, is pretty easy to use, at least for me, given that it could be used for ride-sharing services as well as Uber Eats. Living in New York City, I do find myself typically getting food delivered at least twice a month, so that was the majority of how I used my $10 credit each month. If you are someone who gets food delivered a lot or find yourself using Uber's ride-sharing services at least once a month, then this part should be pretty easy to redeem and get the full $120 value from. It is worth mentioning as well though, that to actually get this credit, you will need to sync up your Amex Gold card to the Uber app, and once you do this, it'll automatically give you $10 as a statement into your Uber account each month. For the $10 monthly dining statement credit, however, this can be a bit trickier to use for some. On Amex's site, it lists that you will receive a $10 statement on your card each month for purchases made at Grubhub, The Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Wine.com, Milk Bar, and select Shake Shack locations. So while this is a little more specific than the Uber Eats credit, there definitely is value to be used each month from this. Personally, I have found the best way to redeem this credit was using Grubhub. As I mentioned earlier, I do end up ordering in about twice a month, so I usually do one food delivery on Uber Eats and my other one on Grubhub, which works out pretty well. It is worth mentioning too though that you can do pickup orders with Grubhub, so if you're someone who isn't a huge fan of delivery or it's not so common in your area and you just prefer to dine in, you can still take advantage of this $10 monthly statement. Also, one side note, to get the dining statement credit, you will need to enroll in the benefit on their site to actually activate it. You can do this by logging in to your Amex portal, clicking on the tab that says Rewards and Benefits, and then clicking View All Benefits. Here you can scroll down to the $120 dining credit and just make sure you are enrolled. You will only have to do this once, so it really shouldn't be too much of a hassle if you're someone who's gotten the gold card. Outside of the $10 Uber credit and dining statement credit, there really aren't any other explicit monthly benefits or statement credits that you'll need to be aware of, which is honestly kind of nice. With this said though, the card does still offer a lot of other great benefits that you typically see with these more premium annual fee cards. There's quite a lot on this list, but the most notable includes things like trip delay insurance, baggage insurance, extended warranties, and purchase protection. If you want to see the whole list of other benefits, you can see that on Amex's site, just under benefits for the gold card. Alright, so now that we've pretty much gone over what you can expect from this card, I'm going to give into how much value I was able to actually get from my gold card in the first year of having it. When I first signed up for this card, I received a 60,000 point welcome offer, which I was able to get after hitting the $6,000 spending requirement in 6 months. Using my valuation of 2 cents per point, this effectively equates to about $1,200, so we are already creating positive value compared to the $250 annual fee on the card. Additionally, through spending on the card throughout the year, I generated around 50,000 additional Amex reward points on the card, which, valued at 2 cents per point again, would equate to an additional $1,000 in value generated. Likewise, I was able to fully utilize both the Uber Eats and dining statement credit for an additional $240 in value. Lastly, I was able to utilize American Express's Corporate Advantage program and receive an additional $100 annual statement back on my gold card. This is something I didn't really discuss earlier, but essentially if you work for a company that has a corporate Amex card, you may be eligible for a discount of $100 annually on your gold card, which is huge. To see if you are eligible, you can go to Amex's Corporate Advantage site and enter in your corporate card information to see if this is something that you can actually get applied to your personal card. With all this in mind though, I had a total value created of $2,290 after taking out the cost of the annual fee. Now, while my value for this is quite high, given this is the first year of having the card and I factored in the one-time sign-up welcome offer bonus that I was able to get, if I took that out completely, I still would have generated $1,090 worth of positive value after taking into account the annual fee. For me personally, it is a no-brainer that I will continue to keep this card in my wallet. Dining and grocery are two of my personal biggest spending categories, of which this card packs the best combination of benefits on the market with its 4x dining and grocery multipliers, as well as the monthly Uber and dining statement credits, which I use fairly organically. So while this card is right for me, it doesn't mean that it's right for everybody. What I will say though is if you are someone who frequently spends on dining and grocery and are able to use most of the $10 monthly statements for Uber and dining, then this card is well worth it in my eyes for you. The large welcome bonus, strong point generation, 3x back on flights, and many other perks like trip delay insurance and purchase protection can make this card a great value add to your wallet. If this card is something you are interested in adding to your wallet, I will go ahead and throw my referral link down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content like this.